What's up, guys? I'm Trini Tech. Let's talk about Invader Zim. More so, the movie Invader Zim Enter the Florpus. Let's talk about Zim. He is an Urkin from the planet Urk, and his character type is interesting. He's an incompetent idiot, but a lovable one at that. He's very full of himself. Even if he's wrong, he still finds a way to make himself right. Zim wants to be seen as a great invader before the tallest, and he will by any means do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Zim has a sidekick made from garbage. The robot is technically a sir, as all robots are, called in the first episode. Standard Issue Information Retrieval, or GIR for garbage. So technically, GIR stands for Garbage Information Retrieval. If that's not enough for you, GIR is actually out of date. Usual
SIRs that are not made of garbage, the regular ones that aren't out of date, are usually red and teal. He is blue and teal, as you can tell by the little blue on his shoulders and stomach. And his eyes are like
a blue color.
But that is basically the only difference between GIR and regular SIRs, is that he is again teal and blue, and they're red and teal, and when necessary, GIR's eyes turn red.
Let's talk about Dib.
Membrane, or Dibbert membrane. Dib is short for Dibbert, and according to Netflix, his name is Albert Dib Membrane. It's safe to say his name is what his name is. Dib is an eccentric young boy who is obsessed with the paranormal. He's the older brother of Gaz Membrane and the son of Professor Membrane, as well as Zim's greatest nemesis on Earth. Self-proclaimed defender of the Earth, he attends school with Zim, and he is determined to stop Zim from conquering Earth, or expose him as an alien as well. That's just kind of Dib just being Dib. His sister Gaz is basically a serious gamer, and then we have his dad, who is a scientist, does not believe in the paranormal or any aliens or anything like that. And then we have his teachers, Miss Bitters, who, by the way, is pretty creepy. She doesn't have much of a backstory, she's just bitter. Anyways, let's get on with the story. So the movie starts off with Dib basically going over the story of what he is and what his enemy is, and basically what his life is. And it also starts in an anime form, which is really I meant to say cool. I'm sorry. My allergies is making it hard for me to speak. So, the movie starts off with Professor Membrane talking about his new invention, the eventuality of dinner. Yeah, go Membrane. He's really cool. So Professor Membrane basically asks his daughter, Gaz, so is Dib joining us for dinner? And Gaz said no, because Dib had been waiting in his room for years, just sitting in there, and she had said that she hardly recognized him, that he's become unrecognizable and very smelly. Next thing you know, the dad says, Gaz, you need to be more supportive of your brother because he's letting go of the crazy stuff that he believes in. And next thing you know, she goes up the stairs and she's like, fine, alright. So she goes to go upstairs, she has on like this mask and stuff, and of course he is really smelly. Like, you can see green stuff everywhere. It's really smelly. And of course, she's all, hey, Dad says it's time to go out to dinner, and he's all, I can't do that. I haven't seen Zim in years, and I am going to sit here until I see him again. And he's all, just shove it in here, and she's all, where's the shoving stick? And then next thing you know, she's all, you're not likely to see Zim. And then before she could even finish her sentence, next thing you know, she's all, oh, there he is. And then he's all, there he is. And he's all, this is what I've been waiting for all these years. And he gets up and gets out, and he's all, I need to find Zim. And then Gas is all, you're not ready for this. The world is not ready to see what you've become, man.
And of course, Dib did not listen to his sister, and he goes outside, still attached to his sliding chair, might I add, which is really weird. And he ends up going to Zim's house, and he sees Zim doing a maniacal pose. Whoa. And then he's all, Zim, I have found you. And he's all, yes, I am Zim. And he's all, wait. You're not the Dib. I'm waiting for the Dib, you pitiful goblin. And he's all, I am Dib. And he's all, you're Dib? And he's all, I've been waiting for you. And next thing you know, he's all, so you've just been getting fat all these years. Well, that was my plan all along. And he's all, where have you been all these years? That was Dib who asked that, by the way. And after asking, so where have you been all these years? Zim replies, oh, I've been, thinking for all these years. And he shows a video of just him laughing with, Gurr and trying to ask his computer to laugh with him. But of course, the computer was like,
I don't wanna.
And next thing you know, Dib is all, wait, you've just been sitting in a toilet for years? And he's all, yes, I was trying to make you fat so you couldn't do anything. And next thing you know, Zim starts running around, doing a bunch of dumb illegal stuff, like switching around people's mail. Gur shot a dog into space, and his little moose, which I have no idea where the little moose came from. The last time I saw a moose in Invader Zim was Room with a moose. And the last time I checked, I don't remember Zim's house ever talking to him. But, I mean, there was a lot of technology that did talk to the aliens, like spaceships. So it wouldn't be a far stretch if his house, like, maybe he updated his house and decided, you know what, I want my house to talk to me. And so anyways, next thing you know, the moose, the mini moose, which is what Zim calls it, the flying little mini moose, goes and rips off a pizza sticker off of a car while a little girl's all, oh, hey, that's my mom's favorite sticker. And as the moose is peeling it off, the little girl's all, no, rips it off. I guaranteed after the mini moose ripped off the sticker, I bet you the kid was just like, oh, okay. It seems like that would be the case in this world. Most of the characters tend to act all crazy, but then they're just fine the next second. Or even if they die, they'll reappear in another episode, seriously. And next thing you know, Zim is all, well, now it's time for me to go and continue Phase 2. And then Dib is all, wasn't that Phase 2? And he's all, well, maybe. I don't know. It could be Phase 2. But now, I might have something worse planned. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Seems to me like Zim just likes to be evil. Not because he's evil, but just he's more of a prankster. He just likes to do supposed evil deeds just because he likes to prank people. That's basically it. But anyways, you see this cute little montage of, like, Zim and Dib. First you see Zim kind of trying to prepare maniacal evil weapons and stuff like that for his evil plan. And then you also see Dib training to get fit again. So first you see him like, again, he's in his chair and he's like trying to do exercises, but next thing you know, he's getting all buff. And then next thing you know, he's scrawny again after the montage is over. As for Zim's version of the montage, he basically, first he, basically Gur was most of the montage, and he was just, the one pizza thing, which I'm not going to spell too much, but basically there's a part in there about pizza, and so Gur starts throwing pizza onto the floor and starts rolling around in it. Then he starts bringing in other little animals to dance with it. Then he throws some waffles on top, and then Zim is of course getting angry. And then finally Gur pulls out a poisonous scorpion, and Zim is like shaking his head yes. But next thing you know, the scorpion gets on him, and then his version of the montage is over. So after the whole montage thing was over, he then calls wait, no, he didn't call the tallest yet. Oh wait, no. Yes, he did. He did call the tallest. I remember now. He called the tallest, and he was trying to remember what phase 2 was. And anyways, because he was trying to tell the tallest what plan 2 was, and he doesn't remember. He asks his robotic house, okay, so, could you give me anything involving Plan 2? Did I record any of it? And he's all,
No.
because basically Zim's all, oh no, I can remember anything. I'm Zim. I can do whatever I want. So, the house didn't record it. So next thing you know, Zim's freaking out because he doesn't know Plan 2. So anyways, he ends up finding out that the house did not pause or put the tallest on hold. So basically they heard his whole spiel. And of course, the house is, being funny because Zim is all, did you pause? Wait, no. Did you put the tallest on hold? And then the house is all,
No.
and then he's all, darn you! And basically shoots the screens. And then Zim is all, what would happen if I don't do a good job being an invader? And then he was picturing getting eaten, like getting his name taken away and getting eaten. And then he's all, So then he asked his house to look at a map to find out, okay, so where are the tallest headed? So next thing you know, Zim ends up finding out that they were nowhere near Earth, and they weren't planning on going to Earth, and that they were just in a straight line, and it was nowhere near Earth. And so Zim just depressingly sits in a pile of pizza, sadly. Well, first he falls to the floor, but then Dib is all, okay, Zim, I've come to fight you, I'm back to normal now, and he's back to his scrawny self. I don't know how he got that way after getting all that buff. Anyways, getting that buff. Anyways, next thing you know, he's all, wait, where's Zim? To Gur, and Gur's all, oh, he's around here somewhere, and he's all, intruder, and he's all, where's Zim? And then Gur's all, you want to come in? He's all, have a seat right here, and he's all, oh, okay. So he goes to sit with Gur. I love how Gur is so lovable. Oh my goodness, he's such a sweetheart. Anyways, next thing you know, Dib ends up finding out that a giant pile of pizza that was sitting next to him was actually Zim being covered in pizza. And then Dib is all, why are you covered in pizza? And Zim's all, well, you see, the Armada isn't coming. I've been lied to. There's no way I'll be able to take over the world now. And so he's all, wait, does this mean I've won? And he's all, yeah. He's all, does this mean I can arrest you? And he's all, yeah. And Zim just gives up. He gives up. Now, of course, remember, this is Zim. So it's kind of sad that he's just giving up like this. This is the same Zim that would not give up for nothing. It's just giving up. So next thing you know, his dad, Dib's dad, Professor Membrane, made this cool bracelet that's basically supposed to make world peace. Now, I don't know how, but it does. And anyways, next thing you know, they go to this opening thing for Dib's dad and Gaz's dad. And they get there, to the thing, and to the presentation. And Zim's just lying there, Dib is happy, and Gaz is like, so, what is he doing here? And you better not try to screw this up for Dad. And then Dib is all, oh, of course not. And then, next thing you know, Zim goes up on stage and takes it over and puts a green little alien onto the little bracelet devices to make it cooler and pretends to be a substitute for Professor Membrane, and then of course sends Professor Membrane into space. And then of course tells Dib and Gaz this. So Dib and Gaz are all of a sudden now trapped in this house with a fake clone of the dad, which, by the way, is not a good clone at all. That makes terrible pudding. So he goes, and this fake clone really thinks that he's the dad of Dib and Gaz. And he's all, have some healthy pudding, kids. Pudding, pudding, pudding. And they're like, oh, please stop. Please, I hate you. And then Gaz manages to escape. And then next thing you know, but it doesn't work. And so apparently what ends up happening is they end up saying, hey, Dad, you want to make a science project? And he's all, oh, yeah, family science project fun. And so they end up fixing Tax Ship, which is an alien from the show that's a female Irkin. And anyways, her ship at first didn't want to fly for them, but then they all agreed that they hated Zim, and so therefore they continued to fly into space. And they said that it would make Zim really angry, that the ship said it would make Zim really angry if they freed Professor Membrane. So they go in and try to sneak in to save the dad, but they end up getting caught and thrown into jail. So Professor Membrane, Dib feels like he let his father down. He let the world down. He was supposed to save the world, not destroy it. That's what Dib said. And Gaz, and then he's all, aren't you gonna call me a failure? Aren't you gonna tell me I'm worth nothing? And then Gaz is all, I only do that to mess with you. But in this instance, you're my brother. I wouldn't hurt you like that. I only do it when I know you can take it. But in this instance, I love you. You're my brother. So get yourself together, man. Which I thought was the sweetest thing Gaz has ever said. I've always loved Gaz, but that just made me love her even more. I always knew she was a nice person. She just really loved messing with him. That makes sense. I also love that she's a gamer. Everything about her I love. Love her purple hair, her personality. She's weird, she's funny. I like her. Anyways, back to the story. So next thing you know, Dib is all, you're right. I got to save the world. I got to find my dad and save him too. And I got to show the whole world that I... And before he could finish what he was saying about how he could, save the world and just show everyone that he truly was not making everything up, his dad ends up, saying, oh, sorry, son, I didn't want to interrupt your speech because Gaz had pointed out, oh, hey, Dad's over there. And he's all, huh? Really? Dad? And he's all, sorry, son, I didn't want to interrupt your deep-hearted speech. And then next thing you know, the ship breaks in and breaks them out, and they fly off to go save the world. So they go back to Earth, right? And it's really cool. So they go back to Earth, but all of a sudden, when they get there, Zim started informing everybody to go together, holding hands to create world peace, and said, okay, everybody, hold hands, and he asked Gur to write the most catchy song in the whole world.
So they start singing this song that Gur created, which, by the way, was pretty catchy. It was pretty funny, too. And so they all hold hands and, oh my goodness, world peace, but it actually wasn't world peace. And then Zim uses the moose to, after they all held hands, to teleport them towards a Florpus hole. It was actually to move, well, it wasn't towards the Florpus hole, he teleported the Earth into the place of where the Armada was heading. And also, it caused a Florpus hole. Now, what a Florpus hole is kind of like a wormhole. Have you ever heard the saying, like, people have said, like, wormholes kind of are ways of traveling make you go back in time, or they could place you in different dimensions? Well, it's kind of like that. The Florpus hole basically takes multiple different dimensions and collides them together. So you were seeing them in many different forms. Anime, puppets, many different forms. Chibi, just some weird stuff. And it was great. And I was a huge fan of the fact that they used fan art anime to make the anime characters for Invader Zim, which was great. And of course, Zim is all being stupid, like, ha ha ha, I'm taking over the world, and Dib is all, you idiot, we're all gonna die. And next thing you know, Dib ends up finding out that if you can reverse, if you have the moose, you can reverse what Zim did. So Dib manages to steal back the moose after a couple of, close calls with robots. And the fake father clone ends up grabbing Zim, who is his creator, holds him still, and throws Dib the moose. And he fixes everything. The Armada was just about to blow the entire Earth up, by the way. But they didn't, because they moved. And next thing you know, the Earth is back to the way it was. It was still wrecked and everything, but they were rebuilding. And next thing you know, the Armada, the Urkin Armada, was now heading towards the Florpus hole. And then the captain of the ship is all, hey, we're heading towards this Florpus hole. We really should go around it. And then, of course, the Urkins are all, nah, let's continue to go straight. We never turn. We always go straight. And he's all, I really think we should turn. And then the tallest started laughing at the captain all, hey, look at this shorty, this loser. He actually thinks we need to turn around. What stupid idiot is he? And so, of course, the captain goes into the Florpus, and now they're suffering by going through multiple different dimensions, and next thing you know, they were back on Earth, and of course Zim lost. And we're back at Professor Membrane's house with Dib, Gaz, and now the clone. And Dib and Gaz are all, so is he gonna live with us now? And Professor Membrane said, I don't know, I'm still confused. Like, I am very confused. And then next thing you know, you see Zim at the window, and he's all, ha ha ha, I have won. See, I have stole this weird clown thing. And then he's all, foolish, pitiful human, I have successfully completed plan 2. And then Dib is all, isn't that just our dog clown, our dog glass clown from in the living room? And he's all, yes! And then next thing you know, Zim goes back to his house, and he calls the tallest, and he's all, I'll have you guys know that I have successfully done Plan 2. And then, of course, you see the tallest screaming in pain and agony as puppets, which is the greatest thing in the world, because they are usually such jerks, but they're funny jerks, but they're still jerks, so they got what was coming to them. It was great comeuppance. And then he turns off the TV, and he's all, I'm glad I won. And then, first, first Gur is all, so did we win? And then Zim is all, yes, we won. And then he starts laughing. I'm pretty sure, I don't remember. And then that's basically the movie. Zim, he won, and that was it. That was Into the Florpus. I recommend it. If you want to see a good movie that's funny, hilarious, and has such great graphics, and if you are, again, a fan of Invader Zim, it's almost like I mean, you know how most movies, when you watch it, you're like, yeah, this was nothing like the show. No, this was like the show, but if it was improved, it was perfect. It still felt and looked like the show regularly, but it felt like it was improved. It was better, and it was still funny and still had the same aesthetics. It was a good, overall great movie. This is what I'll say. If you want a great movie to watch right now, go on to Netflix or onto YouTube, because I saw it on YouTube for free too, surprisingly. Hopefully that doesn't get taken down too soon. But anyways, I love you guys. Hope you have a great day. Check out Invader Zim Into the Florpus. I love you guys, and you guys are awesome. Yeah!
One last thing, shout out to John, and shout out to Laura. God bless you guys. I hope you have a great day. You guys are some awesome people, and thank you guys for wanting some shout outs. Love you guys, and hope you have a great day. Yeah!